Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video on Farming Simulator 25. So we're back on the Survival Multiplayer series today, and Daggerwin has installed the Lumberjack mod, which means we are now allowed to cut this tree down. So I'm heading down here with the front loader, and we're going to try and hold on to the branch while Daggerwin cuts it and remove it, because obviously it's been in the way since the start of the series. It's been quite annoying actually trying to get under it with some of the larger tractors. So if I hold on to it like this, the plan is Daggerwin will cut the branch and I will take it to the sawmill to be processed into logs. It looks like he's cutting the whole tree. No, he's just done that one, that's okay then. Yeah, the whole tree doesn't need to be taken down, just this one branch. It's just getting it back up the hill could be a bit of an issue actually. Looking at it, it's quite long. I might go this way round. It's not the easiest. But yeah, we'll try and take it round to the sawmill. I think this way should be easier than going up the really steep bit. And hopefully now we won't have any more issues trying to get down to the water with the tractors and the Bowser to collect water. It will be easier, I think, now without that tree there, or the one branch there. So that's a good improvement. So yeah, that Lumberjack mod is a handy mod to have. It does allow probably things that maybe are a bit cheaty for a survival series, but we're not going to abuse it. It's mainly just to get that one branch down, which was impossible to remove without it, because it allows you to cut trees that are not on your land. But we're not going to do that. It was just this one because it was actually causing a problem, and there's absolutely no reason why we wouldn't have been allowed to cut that down really. I know it wasn't on our land, but even so, you know, or something, it was in the way. So just pretend we asked permission of the landowner and he said yeah, that's fine, we can cut it down or whatever. Yeah, basically that is down now, so that's good. So it looks like there's already quite a lot of wood here waiting to go into the sawmill, so there's a bit of a queue to process it, but it can just be added up into the queue to wait for processing. Obviously the aim is to build the bigger sawmill at some point. The £150,000 sawmill is what we will hope to have fairly soon, but there are other things that are more of a priority I think at the moment. One thing we would like to get is a bakery. Oh, it's taken some of it. Something disappeared. Yeah, because we've obviously got the flour mill now, the windmill, which is processing the wheat into flour. But the flour itself isn't worth a huge amount compared with the price of bread. So if we can get the bakery and process the flour into bread, that would be a really big help. Let's push these a bit closer. There we go. So yeah, that's all slowly processing. There's one weirdly in the roof of the building. I might just get my chainsaw and give it a bit of a tidy up. Some of these bits look a bit messy. It's easier to see what you're doing if without all these little bits. Let's just do that. I'll just tidy them up a bit. Apparently this was, according to some people, this also improves the amount of wood you get out of them when they go into the sawmill if you don't have all these little twigs and stuff on them. So it probably is worth doing. It just takes a bit of time, and I probably can't get them all. Some of them don't seem to want to disappear. These are messy bits of tree, but if I can get a few of them gone, that's a help. It's amazing. It reduces how much it looks like we've got, how much wood it looks like we've got by doing this. But apparently, it can actually improve the amount of wood that you get from them. So I've not had a confirmation definitely for this. I haven't tested it. Like put the same size bit of wood in with and without the twigs to see if it makes a difference. I don't know for sure it makes a difference. I'm just going what people have said in the past on my videos, that having the trimmed branches does improve the amount of wood that you get. But yeah, this is certainly helping anyway. It's making it look neater. There's a few more. I'll just do what I can. I've noticed there's a bit of wood as well there to move, so we could take that if we've got a pallet fork here. I know Daggerwin is currently using the telehandler to load the greenhouse products. There's quite a few there. We haven't done that for a couple of episodes, so there should be quite a few greenhouse products to sell at the small farm kiosk. So that'll be a nice bit of income coming in from that. The question is, do we have a pallet fork here for the tractor? Possibly not. We've got the log fork obviously, but I can't move it with the log fork, I don't think. I need the pallet fork. so I'm not sure where that is. Can't see it at the moment, so it might be at the other farm, would be my guess. We'll have a look. We also have a field to harvest today. This field number 2 is sorghum, and that is ready to harvest, and field number 8 needs cultivating, ready to be planted with canola, and that's the plan for that one. Now, can we find this pallet fork? There it is. I think I'll let Daggerwin do that. I'm going to do the cultivating. Daggerwin tends to like selling. He's got the trailer anyway, so he could load them onto the trailer with the telehandler when he's finished doing those. That's probably the best thing. I'll get on with something else. So the combine here is here. That's just been used on this contract. That actually needs repairing before the next harvest. Don't want to forget to do that. So I think we're going to take this to the shop actually. We need to go this way. Yeah, I'm going to take the combine to the shop and get it repaired, and that way we'll get maximum yield from our next field that we harvest. It's going to cost a bit of money, that's the downside, but it is worth it, I think. This is the problem with buying, again, used machinery. This was a used combine. The header's new, but the combine was used. It's got 45 hours on the clock, so yeah, this is the big downside of that. It just costs a lot to run them with the maintenance. But yeah, I'll go to the shop, get that done, and then we'll probably do some cultivating. So what I've decided to do actually is do the harvesting first because of the weather forecast mainly. The rain, if you can see there, is due. Daggerwin has slowed the time down to 1 just in case it does arrive early, but the hope is that we're going to get this field finished before it arrives. So that's the plan. That's why I haven't done the cultivating first. The other thing is, I've just mentioned to Daggerwin, as a few of you also pointed out in the comments, we do need to buy a corn header in order to harvest the sunflowers. We've got 2 fields of sunflowers over here. 2 of them need to be harvested very soon, not quite yet, but in the next few episodes. So I think, yeah, the priority should actually be first to buy a corn header, and that way then we'll be able to harvest the sunflowers, because the last thing we want is not to have the money to be able to buy the header and have the crop wither. That would be a disaster. So yeah, we definitely need to get that as a matter of urgency, really. That's why I've mentioned that to Daggerwin, and he has gone to do some contracts to earn the money to buy that, hopefully this episode. So that will be good. I think we need 56,000, was it? I can't remember what he said now. He said something. 50 something thousand anyway, so we're about 10-ish thousand pounds short, a bit more, of what we need. So a few contracts should bring that in, hopefully, and then we'll be able to buy that today. Anyway, I'm going to get on with harvesting this sorghum. So we've just finished the sorghum harvest. There is a contract which we didn't, obviously Daggerwin didn't make anywhere near enough to buy the header. So if we're going to get that today, we need to do a contract again, do another contract to make that money. I'll just have a quick look to see how much it actually is. I think he said 56,000, was it? Corn header. Oh, 63. He's looking at the case one. That's the one we need to go with, because that's for a case combine. Although I suppose it might work. But yeah, 63 is the one that we ideally need to go with for this combine. Yeah, that one fits this combine. This one only fits the case combines ideally, so I don't know whether it'll work or not. We're a long way off. We're not going to get that today. So yeah, we could do the contract. Let's have a look. This one here is worth 9,500. 61. How far is that? Quite a long way. It's far enough. With the combine, it's going to take a while to get there. But we could head round there and get that done. I was going to do the cultivating, but yeah, I don't know. We need to make use of the combine, I suppose, and try and get some extra money in the account. I think Daggerwin said the sunflowers won't be ready until October, but even so, it'd be good to have the header so we know we've got it. So yeah, need to make sure we can buy that. Which is a bit of a concern. Anyway, we'll head over there now and get this second harvest contract done. The first one wasn't a contract; that was our own field, obviously. But yeah, this one is a contract. I'm trying to avoid doing too many contracts, but it is the best way of making money, really, other than selling stuff. But we can't sell things if the price isn't at its best. And things like the eggs are not at their best at the moment. I think it's September or October time for them. Not too long to wait, but not quite yet. So yeah, we should really wait to sell those sort of things. Anyway, let's go and get this contract done. Right, okay, we're going to get a good start with contracts. Obviously doing straw as well with this one to gain a bit of extra money for it, which we'll be selling in the winter when the price of straw goes up. But we've just swapped over, as you can see. Daggerwin's gone on the combine now, which gives me a chance to do something different, because I've been on the combine for quite a while now in the episode, so yeah, it's time to do something different. So I'm just going to unload it for the combine for Daggerwin, and then we're going to continue with the baling. So yeah, just getting this unloaded, because I knew it was already quite full, because I was obviously being in it just now. It was 65% full I think when I left it, so probably around 70% full. And yeah, on the subject of the tank, it's showing it's completely empty, which I did notice last episode as well, and I'm not sure why. Daggerwin said maybe it's something to do with doing the contracts, but I thought it might have been doing it earlier on as well in the other field. I'm not sure. I actually don't know what's causing it, but certainly there is some glitch with the combine tank showing as empty even when it was almost full. So that's a bit odd. Don't know what that's about. Has anyone else experienced that? I wonder if they have. I would imagine they probably have if we're both experiencing it, but who knows. Anyway, that's the combine unloaded, so we'll now jump back on the baler and continue with the baling. I'm going to set the guidance steering up. I think the header was 6.2 metres, so we'll reduce the working width to 6.2 metres, and then we'll hopefully be able to follow the guidance lines. There we go. That should, yep, that's perfect. So yeah, we'll continue with this now on the baling. Well, we've got the field finished, and Daggerwin I think has just taken the grain to the sell point. Annoyingly, amazing, it's 99% full. It literally just needs a tiny little bit more straw to get a full bale, and I don't know whether I'm going to find it. There might be some here actually, this would be good. I think there might be a little bit just in the edge here. Brilliant, okay, we've got it. Thought we were going to lose out on one bale there, but no, we've got it. And the contract percentage just went up slightly. I'm assuming Daggerwin sold some of the grain, the oats it is. Right, we'll turn the baler off now and take that back. Looks like he's already brought the telehandler and trailer as well. This was actually on the trailer. I have no idea how he got it up there, but it's on there anyway, or it was on there. But yeah, I'm going to take this back to the yard now, through the lag. There we go, he's completed the contract. It looks like he sold the oats. Not saving them for the grain mill. I suppose he wants to get as much money as possible though to buy this header. That's the thing with that, so we don't want to get much flour out of that anyway, so it's not a major issue. And also the windmill that we've got is also going to be able to turn our sunflower seeds into oil as well, which is really good. So it's like a 2-in-1. It's like a flour mill and a oil mill all in one. Which is brilliant, which means we can get some oil, sunflower oil, to sell in the winter, which would be really good. That will bring in some serious money, that will. Here's the combine. We're going to need to take the header back to the yard though. If we're going to buy this new corn header today, we're going to need to take that back to the yard first and then come back with the combine to collect the other header, because the shop's only just here, but yeah, we can't carry both headers at the same time. So yeah, although we don't quite have enough yet, we will do, I think, by the time we sell or complete the contract. I was discussing it with Daggerwin, you probably saw the messages, and it looks like he thinks we will be able to use the case corn header, even though it doesn't say it's for our combine. It is significantly cheaper. It's not a folding header, I suppose, that's why. So yeah, we're gonna try and use that one because it is about £10,000 cheaper. I know it's not going to look great having a case header on a CLAAS combine, but never mind. As long as it works, that's the important thing. Anyway, almost back to the yard now. I never did get this field cultivated. I'm not sure whether we're going to have time to do that now. Ideally that needs planting with canola this month as well. Although the time's only been on ×1, so yeah, we haven't passed much time today. Here we are at the yard. Okay, so I'll park the baler up somewhere, and then I'm not sure what Daggerwin's going to do, whether he's going to pick the bales up or whether I'm going to do that and he's going to buy a header or not. I'm not sure, I don't know. I'll park the baler in here, I think. There's a nice little gap for it. And go next to the spreader. If I can hit the hole. It's not the easiest one to reverse because it's quite short. There we go. That's it. Well, sort of. Just straighten it up. And we'll leave that there. That'll do. Right, okay, so yeah, there's quite a few eggs here. That's looking good. We'll be using them or selling them in, well, I think it's, well, let's just check because I don't actually know. I think it's October time. Eggs, there we go. November we'll be selling the eggs. But yeah, we're going to have quite a few of them to sell. That's good. Right, where's Daggerwin? He is loading the bales by the looks of things. Okay, so I will complete the contract. I think we'll be okay to do that because we've made all the bales now. And that should be enough to buy the header. So we'll go to the combine. Here it is. And we'll take this header back to the yard, then come back to the shop with the combine and hopefully buy the new corn header. That's the plan with that, so I'll get on with that now. Right, so we're back at the shop now, and I've just double checked with Daggerwin that he thinks we should buy the case header. What's the special header? Ah, sunflower. That one's a sunflower header, but yeah, we're not spending that sort of money on one. Yeah, this is the cheapest, so I really hope this works. Daggerwin thinks it will. I'm not sure because I've never tried it before, but we'll just have to hope. Otherwise, we're going to lose a lot of money here. Let's buy it. So it's the wrong one for the combine. It doesn't say it fits it, but Daggerwin feels confident that it will, so let's just hope it will. I don't know. It's one thing fitting the combine physically, and then there's another thing actually being able to use it, because sometimes they're set at the wrong heights and stuff and they drag on the floor or they're too high. Let's see if it'll connect. Okay, so it does connect. And it looks like it should work. Can't actually test it here because the land isn't owned by us, so I'm going to have to take it back to the yard to be able to turn it on. And of course we don't actually have a crop to harvest with it yet. Just buying it in preparation for needing it in the, well, later in the year when we do come to harvest the sunflowers. I think it'll be, well, it might be September, probably October, who knows, we'll see when they're ready. But yeah, that's the reason for buying it today, because we don't want to get to the stage where we come to have the crop ready to harvest and then we have like £500 in the bank account and we can't afford to buy it. That would be bad, because then it would either be a lot of contracting for the day just to try and get the money, or we would lose the crop, it would wither and we'd lose all the money, which would be a disaster. So we didn't want that to happen, so we thought best to buy it in advance now when we still had a bit of money in the account already. We had 40 something thousand in the account, so we only had to do 1 or 2 contracts there to get the money, even though it still took most of the episode, but it wasn't as bad as if we'd had a lot less than that. Because I was talking earlier about buying the bakery, which is still something we'd like to do, and there's various other things we need to buy as well, the sawmill and stuff, the bigger sawmill, but they are not as big a priority as a header to harvest the crops, because we do need to get the harvest done. Anyway, here we are back at the yard, so we'll just test it out here when we get further into the yard and just make sure everything seems to work. Daggerwin is here unloading his bales. I'll just probably park here out of the way, hopefully that won't be in his way, and let's just give it a try. So we'll lower it down. Oh, we need to unfold the harvester again, and we'll try it again. Okay, yeah, that looks like it works. That's good. Okay, I think we got away with that. This isn't, I know it doesn't look right, but we have to just go with what we can afford, and that's all we could afford today, so that's what we've ended up with. But we could always upgrade it in the future, potentially, although we might just upgrade the combine and then get a bigger one. We'll see. We also need to bring this tractor back as well. I've just realised the Daggerwin left it over here, so we need to bring this one back from delivering the oats to the sell point. I think we probably would have got away with being able to buy the header without him selling the oats, but at least we've got a bit of spare cash now in the account, so that we can buy something else like seed or something if we need to. Or fertiliser. I think we've got enough seed, but you never know. we might need to buy something for the drilling and planting season, so it's always good to have a bit of spare money available, because we're not allowed to take a loan in this series either. That's the other thing to bear in mind. We can't just take a loan out if we feel like it. That would be against the rules of the series, so we need to make sure we have the money when there's not much else we can sell, or at least not for a good price. We are lucky that we have got things like the eggs and the wool and the milk as well. We've got the goat milk to sell if we need to in an emergency, but it's always best to try and keep as much back as possible while the price isn't as good, and then sell it all when the price increases. That's the way we try and do it, but we do have that as an emergency income if we need to. Okay, so we're back, I think, for the final time at the yard with all the equipment. I think everything's been brought back. Daggerwin is just finishing off his bale moving, or he's finished that now. So that will probably be it for today, and then next time I'll try and get that field cultivated and planted like I was going to do today, but we'll see how that goes. I will put this in the shed. It looks like there's a space in the shed for this, so I'll spin around here and park that in the shed. I'll keep it dry in case it rains, which it is forecast to do, so that'll keep it dry there. I'm not sure whether Daggerwin's going to move time forward to September before next episode. I'd prefer him not to, actually, because then we'll get the canola planted in August, which will make it a month ahead. I think we can still plant canola in September though. We'll check the calendar. Where's the calendar? Here we go. Yes, we can. So it's not the end of the world if he does move time on, but it would be nice to get it done in August, I suppose. And sunflowers are harvested in October and November. Okay, so we are still a few months away from that. It'll probably be October, but we'll see how that goes. Alright, so I think we'll probably leave it there for today. I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.